Hey, what's up, guys? It's Gabe here, and I'm back with part 2 of the content creation series. Now, on the first part, I shared some thoughts and idea on what you can talk about in your whatever social media or channel, anything you want. So now I want to go a little deeper on how you can do that. So yeah, just stick around. The first thing I want to talk about is educate and entertain. I've heard this phrase from some Google marketing executive or something like that. I don't remember exactly where I heard it, but it was like a big league guy from marketing from Google or ex Google. I don't know. So he said, educate me about your business and entertain me while you do so. And this just makes so much sense if you think about it, because when people go online, they go for two main reasons, right? They're trying to search for information and also for entertainment. So yeah, education, entertainment. And there's this book called Rework from Jason Fried and David, Jason Fried and David Hansen. I think that's how you pronounce it. But the book is called Rework. And they say in their book that the new rules of marketing is to outteach the competition. And why is that? Because big companies, they are very concerned about trying to keep their secrets for themselves and not letting anyone know about those secrets, or like secret sauce or something like that, because they feel like it's gonna they feel like that's gonna make them lose their competitive advantage over people. And that is a big opportunity for us, because now if you have something you know, you can share your secrets and outteach the competition. Not everybody is willing to do so. And the way they go about this is they say, think about chefs, like cooking shows and big restaurants, famous restaurants. So chefs, what they do? They share their secrets, their recipes, like how they do things, and they teach you how to do those things. And they do that like through TV shows and cooking books or classes or I don't know, whatever, right? And yet they still have a lot of customers, they still have a lot of fans, and their restaurants only thrive even more from that, because all the buzz draws the attention for what they're doing, and people want to know, like, oh my god, look at this chef, he's teaching all these things, I want to go try it, you know, he's famous or whatever. So yeah, when it comes down to the new era of marketing, if we can say it like that, it's education and entertainment. They are the two pillars for the new way to do things and market yourself. And entertaining is like, I don't know, the best definition I can think of is not be boring, okay? Don't bore people to death. And if I'm boring you to death right now, I'm truly sorry, but I'm trying to do my best here. So educating and entertaining. And how can we do that? That's the second point. Focusing on documenting instead of creating. And this can be the unlock for a lot of people, because if you're trying to create something, right? You're trying to like come up with this cool content idea, or for a video, for a picture, or I don't know, excuse me. It can get really daunting, right? Because creativity is not something that you can force. Like, at least I can't force. With me, it doesn't come out like that. So creativity takes time. It takes like room to breathe, and if you're putting too much pressure on yourself, you can actually kill creativity. So if you, instead of trying to create things, you think as in trying to document things, something really good starts to happen. And by documenting, I mean, instead of seeing this as you creating something, you see like content production as in you are writing something down on your journal to make a record of what happened today or what is going on in your life. Let me just go back to my text here. Yeah, so like you are pretty much just documenting and sharing your journey. Where are you going with your life? What are you doing? What is going on with you? What is happening? Okay? And it's just like you're writing down a daily journal or a weekly journal or a monthly journal, but instead of keeping that to yourself, you're posting things online. And there's a lot of value in that, because there's a reason why reality TV is so famous and people seem to like it so much, because it's the drama of people going with their lives and their struggles in a real-time fashion, and you get to see that happening in real time, and you get to like just be so close to the action. And I got lost. Like, keeping up with someone's life, their struggles, their conflicts, what's going on, that's something we are all interested in. And we like to know about other people's lives because we want to see if we are doing our own things correctly. If we check out someone else's life, we can see, oh, I'm not alone in that. You see that other person is also struggling with what I'm struggling. And now a connection happens between us and them. And that creates a bond. And that's why you don't have to be a traveler celebrity that lives in the most interesting, cool city in the world and does the most exciting things ever in a day-to-day basis to be like an interesting person or to build an audience around your life, right? We can all start doing that because we are all interesting. We all have our unique combinations of tastes and perspectives, and we all have our own conflicts and struggles and our expectations meeting our realities. And there's like a good story in that, and if you share that story, some people are going to enjoy it. And a good story is just nothing more than a good combination of conflicts. And also, our experiences can actually provide a lot of value for people that are going through the same things that we are going through or went through, and we can actually help them, sharing what helped us or what we got from those experiences, so they don't have to make the same mistakes as we did. And that is very helpful for the right people, I guess. The next thing is quantity over quality. And I know what some people might think about this, but what is quality anyways? Like, how do you know if someone is gonna think a post or like a video you make is of good quality based on what you think it's quality? Quality is very subjective to each and every one of us. That's why quantity over quality is so important, because now if you're doing quantity, you're just trying lots and lots of things and you can experiment. And by doing that, by producing a huge amount of things, you get to see what works and what doesn't, because now you get to see and hear what is your audience saying. Your audience dictates what is quality and what is not quality. That's why you can't say no for them. Everybody's saying no. Everybody, like, we all have this huge, like, we all have like big ideas, cool things we want to try, but then we go like, are they gonna like it or not? But the truth is, there's no way we can tell. There's no way we can predict. Those things are very subjective. That's why the best thing you can do, instead of like wondering and like hitting your hand against the wall, try to figure out if something is gonna work or not, you just try it and see what happens. If it doesn't happen, it's okay. The faster we can fail, the faster we can learn, right? But if it does work, it opens up another door full of possibilities for you, because now you see, this worked, and now maybe you can combine it with something else. Maybe you can iterate over that, or like you can keep doing it and see how far you can stretch it. With that being said, just share anything you think could be something you could share. Like, just try it and see what happens, okay? Don't worry if it doesn't work out. And like, what working out actually means? Getting a bunch of likes? Like getting a bunch of views? I don't know, you know, just all these things are very subjective. People seem to care about so much about metrics, but are those metrics really important? A question for you to think about. Alright, how can we apply all of that? I've compiled a lot of things you can make. You teach everything you know about like your business or your life. You teach them your process, your secrets, your keys to success. You teach them anything you can think about related to your business or your life. And it doesn't even have to be big things. It can be just a small one that maybe for you might seem like obvious or so banal that you wouldn't think, okay, this is something I can share. But in most cases, but maybe for someone else, it isn't so obvious. So keep an eye for those things, you know? Like maybe me sharing that I draw with my left hand is not so obvious to someone, like, there's value in that. Like, you get the point. Like, for me, it's just so obvious that it's such a common thing that I do that I don't even realize it could be something that could be shared. So yeah, look for the common things. You talk about your conflicts, you talk about your struggles, your shortcomings. What are the things you're facing? What are the things that are giving you a hard time right now? Share something you're working on. And don't only share finished work. Also share work in progress so that people can see like the steps you take to make something happen. Share where you want to go with life. Share, like, talk about your journey. What are the things you're trying to accomplish in life? Where are you at in this journey? Where do you want to go? How do you want to go? How do you plan to do to make that happen? It's all about looking into yourself for inspiration. Explain to people what are your motives. Why are you pursuing the things you're pursuing? What is inspiring you? What is motivating you? Share something small you did today. Share something small that happened to you or those people around you, or something that you experienced. I don't know, like you tripped and fell and hurt your knee. Like, you take a selfie and you post it and you talk about it. There's something going on in your mind. You're like thinking a lot about something. Like, post a selfie and you talk about it. Like, write something about it. You saw something good and inspired you or whatever. You post a selfie, take a picture of it and talk about it. Like, the point is not the selfies though. It's just that you don't need to do anything fancy to start sharing things. It can be as simply as a selfie or like a screenshot from your note app that you wrote something. So you can start with just your phone and build up from that. You don't need to buy a professional camera, like a professional microphone. You can just use whatever you have at your hands, at your disposal. Now you can go for different kinds of formats. You can make pictures for Instagram or Facebook or whatever. You can make videos for YouTube, for Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You can go with audio for podcasts or all the other platforms that support video. You can just write something if that's what you're into, and you can post that on a blog like Medium or your personal blog or whatever. You just pick whatever you're comfortable with and you start from there. And if you can do it all, it's good too. That's what I'm trying to do now. And the more you can do, the merrier, but only if you can afford to do it. And I'm not talking about money, I'm talking about like time and energy. Because like for me, when I was starting like 2 weeks ago, I guess, I wanted to push like a lot of content as much as I could, but I wasn't used to do so. Like, I would post maybe a picture of me once a month or even several months. So trying to make something on a daily basis started getting really hard, and I started feeling the pressure, and because of that I started getting burnt out, and that kept me from actually doing something. So I had to like get into that mental state of, okay, I just have to do something, like a small thing. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, like I said. And then when I got into this state, things started flowing and working out very easily. And now I'm starting to see, this is actually easy. Like, now I've learned some keys, and now that I can apply and repeat that in order for me to do things better. So self-awareness is also very important, and you try to balance that. Just like I said in my last video, macro, patience, and micro speed. You have to be patient on the long run, knowing that you don't have to push yourself if you're not feeling like to, or that if you feel like you need some time off, you can do that. On the other hand, you gotta try and make as much as possible in a micro perspective, because you need to try things, you need to learn, you want to see what's working, what's not, and you're trying to do what you can to get there where you want to get. So if you can balance these two things, you're gonna be fine. Otherwise, if you try and push yourself too much, you're gonna feel the pressure and things are not gonna work very well. You're not gonna be flowing or being creative, you know? Anyways, if you can do all that without boring people to death, you'll be like good. And hey, like, what is boring is also subjective. Like, people might not find boring what I think it's boring, and you might not think something is boring. Like, you know, people get to say what is boring, so don't worry about that either. Just try to make things interesting, like the entertaining part, okay? And that's it for today, guys. I hope you liked it, and I hope this helped you somehow. And as always, with this series, I made a post, like a video breakdown on my Instagram, so check it out if you like to. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Share this video if you find it interesting or if it can help someone, and let me know if you have any questions or suggestions, and leave a comment on the comment section below. And remember, you already have everything you need to live your best life. Just believe in yourself. Am I pointing? Just believe in yourself. Alright, peace guys. Thank you for watching this, and I'll see you next time.